This is Chandan. Today we are going to see the swapping of element inside a list. So how we can swap that first element to last and last to first using Python. So let's create a first list. Suppose list equal to 4 to, so these are the 5 elements inside a list, and we are expecting that output look like 3 should be a first elements and 2, 6, 1 and 4. So like that we are expecting that output. Okay, so let's comment that output and let's solve that. So to do that we have multiple options. So first we need to understand how indexing works. So for the first elements, it's pointing to 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index, and 4th index. So 0 to 4. And when we go to in reverse order, then it start from -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, like that. So we can get the last element by giving that -1, and we can get the first element by giving that least index of 0. So let's first print that least 0. So here you can see 4 is printing, and similarly we can cause, so print -1, so it should return that last element. Okay, so like that we can get, and we can assign like that also. So for printing we just need to write a logic list of whatever the first is and is -1. So like that we can assign in Python -1, which is associated with the first item, and then we can write the first element in the last index, and it will print. And when we remove, let's print that, remove that index, and here we go. Here you can see that 3 to 1, 6, 1, 4 is the reverse or first to last and last to first swap. And we can also do it using slicing, spade operators, or some temporary value. So which is a very popular temporary value operation. While we learning that programming, we use any kind of programming language. We can use this logic, like we can access that first element and store in temporary variable like list first elements, and then we can provide that list first element and assign that last element, and in the last element we can assign that temporary variable what we store in the temporary variable, which is a first element. So first element will be placed with the last element, so like that. And similarly we can print that, so using temporary variable. So using temporary variable we are able to swap that list. Okay, and there is also a couple of way to do this. So like we can also use the tuple operations, like using tuple. We can create one tuple tup and store that last element and first element. So it will be of last elements and this first elements, and when we print that, let's command it. So here you can say 3 and 4 is returning. So similarly we can assign that values using the tuple. So suppose list first element we need to assign that, and list last element which is -1, and give that tuple. And here we can give that list to print that what the change. So there is a spelling mistake. Okay, so here you can see it is pro. So resolve that error, and after that you can see that result. And there is a spread operator, and we can also use that syntax. And so a spread or a strict operator. So we need to like store. So this will be a first, then rest element, and then last element. So like that we can access and give that into a list. So we can access that list, and then we can make a new list. So like that we can, which is a last element, and whatever the rest element there. So rest will be there, and then first, and using that it will create that list and we can print that list. So here you can see this was the actual list, and after reversing that, so we can comment at the above codes and you can understand better because it reversing all the time. Okay, I believe all the codes are commented, and now you can see. So to see that actual element are like that, and then we reverse that first to last, last first, or set that other. So like that we can do swapping first to last element and last to first element in Python. There is also a couple of more ways we can do, but that's all for today's. Thank you.